The answering machine light is blinking when I get home. It's Mom. Anybody else's parent would have texted, but I'm the only middle school kid in the Northeast without a cell phone. So she left a message here. Hey Kirby, Mabel called in sick, and they offer me an extra shift, so I'm going to be late again tonight. I didn't get to the store, so there's not a whole lot for dinner. But you can fix I think there's stuff for grilled cheese, and maybe a can of soup unless you ate it Friday. We have cereal, and I think there's milk, but check the date. Love you. I'll see you by 10. I get a glass of ice water and plop down at the kitchen table. The toaster's still here from the other day, so I started sending the electric connectors again. Maybe there's some screw on them that's messing up the connection. I send them until they're perfectly clean and press down the button on the toaster to see if the coil heats up. Nothing. It figures today. I go to the fridge and pull out the American cheese. Even through the plastic bag, I can see mold growing on it. There goes the grilled cheese. There's not enough peanut butter for a sandwich. No canned soup, and Mom's right to be suspicious of the milk. It expired last Tuesday. Way in the back of the freezer is a personal-sized pizza. And unwrap that, toss it in the oven, and head for the office with a bag of stale pretzels. At least I have unlimited screen time tonight. Mom's not here to come tell me my hour's up. I go back to the geocaching website to one of the cache pages Diana bookmarked earlier. Aromatherapy. There has to be some kind of contact information for the people who hide the caches, doesn't there? What if one gets washed away in a flood or carried off by a bear? Wouldn't they need to contact the person who hid it? Sure enough, all the usernames are highlighted as links. Someone calling himself Dumbledore's apprentice hit this one. I click on the name and end up on the profile page. Jackpot. Dumbledore's apprentice, it turns out, is an earth science teacher from Harrows Falls 10 miles away. There's a photograph of the guy with the Grand Canyon in the background. Best of all, there's an email link. If Dad's new address is on his profile, I'll be able to email him. Maybe he'll even write back before Mom gets home. I type Dad's geocaching name, Senior Searcher, into the search box. Click on the link for the cache we found today, and land back at the coordinates page that sent Diana and me chomping through the woods, looking up, looking down, and falling onto the blue Tupperware box. Dad's name is there, Senior Searcher, with a link to his page. Before I click on it, I reach into my pocket and take out the I Love Canada keychain. It's smooth and kind of faded, like it got carried around in somebody's pocket for a long time. He and Mom were only married a year when they went on that trip. It would have been almost 15 years ago, before they had me, before Dad got so busy traveling for business, before they fought all the time about money and the risk that took with it, before Mom decided she had enough. I turned the keychain over in my hand. It's weird. I've heard Mom talk about this Quebec trip, how much fun they had, how she laughed and laughed at Dad trying to speak French when all he took was a year of it in high school, and he only knew how to order pastries and find out where the bathroom was. Mom said it was the best weekend ever. I can't imagine Dad dumping the keychain in a plastic box for some treasure hunting kid to find like it's junk. But when I run my finger over some deep scratches on the back of the keychain, I guess there was a lot of time after that trip that wasn't so good. They've been divorced 3 years now. Maybe he decided it was time to toss the souvenirs. I set the keychain next to the computer, click on Dad's name, and wait for the profile to load. Senior searcher. But Dumbledore's apprentice had uploaded a photograph of himself. Dad's profile was a big, stupid-looking cartoon bug that says, "No image selected." Underneath, that Dumbledore's apprentice had a link to his email address. Dad's contact information is a list as unavailable. Occupation unavailable. Location unavailable. That's an expert at being unavailable. I stare at the screen. There's a row of buttons at the top of the profile page that I haven't clicked on yet. Profile, Geocache, Trackables, Gallery. I click on Gallery. An error page says no photos uploaded. Checkable sounds promising. I wish that were checkable, but the page is blank too. Geocaches is the only one left. My last shot at finding information. I take a deep breath and hold it. If I count to at least 30 before I click on it, that contact information will be there. I get to 32 and let out my breath in a whoosh. Then I click. The computer makes a beep beep beeping noise so loud I jump about a mile. I reach for the speakers to turn the volume down, but then realizes it's not the computer at all. It's the smoke alarm in the kitchen. I left the pizza in the oven for way more than 8 minutes. The box said it needed to cook. I raced to the smoky kitchen, turned off the oven and opened it. Before, which is the dumbest thing ever because even thicker blacker smoke pours out into my eyes. I turned away and coughed. Then I pulled out a chair to where the smoke alarm is on the ceiling by the hallway, grabbed a pile of paper from the table, jumped up on the chair, and started fanning the smoke away from the smoke detector. Finally, the beeping stops. I climb down, put on an oven mitt, and take the pizza out of the oven. It looks like a melted hockey puck. I open the window and toss it out into the garden because it's still smoking. I try to fan more smoke out the window. The one good thing is that Mrs. Delfino isn't upstairs to complain. Sorry, it's not good that she stayed, but she hated noise. She banged on the floor with her cane any time Mom played the music even a little too loud. The smoke started to clear when there's a knock at the door. The guy is holding open the screen door so he can knock on the glass. His face is pressed up close like he's looking in. He has gray hair and a mustache, and his cheeks are puffy and red, like he's been in the sun too much. He knocks again. I unlock the door and open it a little. Can I help you? I'm Rudolph Delfino, he says, and steps into the house. I'm Marita's son and the executor of her will. I am handling all her affairs. He looks around the kitchen and sniffs. Did you have a fire here? What's going on? Where's your mother? My pizza got overcooked. Mom's at work. She'll be back soon. I tried to fan the smoke a little more with the papers I picked up from the table, but it doesn't help. Rudolph Delfino takes the pile of papers from my hand and taps on the letter on top. I see she's received my letter, he says, and hands it back to me. You tell her that my cell phone number is on there. I suggest she calls me as soon as she gets home. I am not the same mindset as my mother when it comes to doing business. He looks around the kitchen one more time and turns to go. Put the papers where she'll see them. He slams the door so hard the glass rattles. I stare down the letter in my hand. It's not written in Mrs. Delfino's jolly old lady writing. It's tight and it's serious. Mrs. Delfino sums wants the rent from the last 2 months. He doesn't tell Mom to study hard, and he doesn't call her dear. My eyes steam to the last line of the letter. If rent is not paid in full by October 1st, eviction proceedings will begin immediately.